One of the joys about dance as a theater maker is that I actually can't see what you're doing. I have no clue what's going on. There's something about the way that dance responds to the body that is so foreign to my practice, is that it is so exciting. And then here in this show, I was like, yeah, I get the metaphors. One of the scariest things on the internet when I was growing up was this thought experiment called Roko's Basilisk. And it basically posits that in the future, there will be an AI, a super smart AI, and that AI will punish everyone alive today who didn't speed along the creation of it, and basically put them in hell for not making this AI come about sooner. And there's something about the accelerationism in that thought experiment that feels very relevant to the ongoing AI arms race that's going on, where everyone has to build the bigger data center and the better model. And this is kind of what I was thinking about when I was watching Time Remaining by Chunky Moog, which is kind of exploring the way that we're running out of time with the human and the tactile and the soft, and the way that everything is getting subsumed and consumed by the AI and these models. The show starts with the dancers on the stage at Melbourne Town Hall, and they're dressed in these flamboyant and flowery costumes that are evoking opera and ballet and theater, and they're doing this very slow, very subtle movement. And subtlety in a space as big as that is a risk that I would say didn't pay off, but we'll get to that. Slowly an interplay emerges between those performers and these lasers that are rigged to ropes, so they'd go up and down in the space, and they formed these geometric shapes and almost like a basilisk. And you see these performers be very slow to react, and sort of this relationship between the lasers and the technology and these old art forms feels very constrained and combative and almost extractivistic. There was this moment of the laser first touching a person, and it felt very violent, which is the same way I feel about Amazon destroying books to train its AIs. That is violence. And suddenly they're moving very mechanically, and there's this feverish energy where they're almost trying to work to support the machine, until eventually there's a solo from these lasers, which was really quite beautiful. And then a really bizarre ending where there was coffee cups and laptops and cameras, and it felt like the metaphor was very much on the nose and delivered far too obviously. And I left, and it was an interesting show, which was really grappling with some interesting ideas about the way that classical art forms, your operas and your dances, I think struggle to engage and fit into this new world. What's the role of contemporary dance in a world where I can just make a laser do whatever I want? And I think ultimately the show didn't really click for me. It felt like all these metaphors were really being spoon-fed to us, and the choreography, which was simple, was almost collapsing under the weight of these ideas. And especially in a space like that, Town Hall, where it is massive, and when there's a choreography that is playing with subtlety as it is, I was actually, what am I watching? I cannot see from here. And so I just wish there was something more deeper, something more human, something that didn't feel like it was being simplified for clicks and interpretation.